And Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com and Loy Machedo TV. And today, right now, it is 2nd of April 2013 at 5:16 in the morning. Um, I was just thinking about abortion. Now, is abortion a sin? Is abortion evil? Or is abortion, you know, an okay thing to do? Now, obviously, first you have religious groups that say, no, life is precious, you should not abort, blah, blah, blah. And then there are some people who say that, it's a collection of cells. It's not actually a human being. It has a soul. It doesn't have a soul, so you can abort. So, what are my thoughts? Now, this is my opinion. First and foremost, I feel once a person gets pregnant, a woman gets pregnant, she she obviously has to look into the fact that can she look after the child or not. Now, if she can look after the child, obviously she will go for having the child. If she cannot look after the child for reasons whatsoever, whether legal or whatever, it's like, for example, in Muslim countries, if you have a child out of wedlock or you're not married or you have an affair, that's grounds for either imprisonment, jail, or even death in some countries. While there are some other countries that they don't care about it. So now, obviously, she would be worried what to do with this child. Now, should you have the child or not? That's a big question. Yeah. And then let's say, for example, someone gets raped. Now, if you get raped, do you decide that, oh, the guy's raped me? Like the Catholic Church says that even if you get raped, Mother Teresa is to say, yeah, give me that child, I'll take care of the child, which I consider total bullshit. I mean, come on, the guy's raped you, it's an unwanted child, you still want to keep it. Now, you also have the opinion that a child is a gift from God. Okay? Now, let's assume the child is mentally retarded, or it has some birth defect, or it has some strange, weird disease. You still want to have the child. Now, I'm of the opinion that if the mother and father cannot take care of the child, if they don't want the child, I mean, what's the point of having the child? What, you're going to give birth to the child and then abuse the child, ignore the child? It's not just about giving birth, it's about spending the time, effort, and money to take care of the child. And then they give birth to the child and end up dumping it in an orphanage or giving it to someone else. And do you think a child would get quality care in an orphanage? Do you think the child would live a good life, especially when it doesn't have a mother and father? I mean, look at our population. It's nearing around 9 billion. It's going to go to something around 11 billion next. Can our planet sustain and survive with all this population that is just, I mean, give me a break. And then you have this, they have a soul. Where is the soul? Who has seen the soul? Oh, they are a gift from God. Okay, so when you get raped, what is it? A gift from God? So I think it's totally subjective. People, without using their head, they're just trying to look at some religious phenomenon and trying to convince themselves that, okay, fine, this is what it is. And where scientifically, if you actually look at it, it's nothing but a sperm and an ovary meeting each other, and then you get a collection of cells that keep replicating. So it's not a, as you call it, a human being. It's a collection of cells. We are a collection of cells. So we just kept growing. So just because you see a small baby figure, oh, that's a baby, come on. So if you ask me, I'm totally for abortion. I think if you cannot look after the kid, I think you need to get rid of the kid. Okay, I'm not trying to say the laws are bad. That's none of my business. These are different countries. They have their laws. I have my opinion. I just feel if you cannot look after a child, what's the point of getting the child into the world? What, are you going to dump it in some orphanage or give it to someone else and get the child abused? I mean, look at the crimes that are happening. It's predominantly with children who come from broken families. So if you cannot look after the child, please go ahead and have the abortion, because I think it's totally nonsense that you give birth to a child and you can't look after the child. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm not encouraging you to do anything, so don't quote me or blame me. This is just my opinion. And in as far as it being a sin, I think it's a bigger sin to give birth to a child and not be able to look after it. And I think it's stupid to expect that you'll grow to love the child. No, you'll not grow to love the child. Looking after a child is very expensive. It's a commitment. There are a lot of sacrifices you need to take. And there are a lot of fathers who abuse their children. My father abused me. My stepfather abused me like an animal. He beat the shit out of me. I think he's a total asshole, and I wish he suffers and dies. My mother was always after money. She was maybe a good woman, but she never spent the quality time with me. I have a few good moments, but I was never close to her. So now, what am I trying to tell you is like, giving birth to children is not everyone's business, and if you cannot handle, I think you better make the tough. It's a tough choice. It's not an easy choice. You need to move ahead, and I think abortion is the way. So This is what I believe. This is what I think. I don't know about you, but if you have different views, let me know what you think, because I think having children in today's day and age is a big, big, big challenge. And if you're not up for it, boss, you better move on. So this is what I say. This is what I think. So let me know what do you think. Anyway, this is Loy Machedo speaking from loymachedo.com and Loy Machedo TV on the topic abortion. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.